Okay, I'm live. Here we are. My green screen is back up, so you can see the background a little more. I figured that would be appropriate. Let me just put on some music. We're getting back into our channel being a little bit more vibe-oriented here, so we can work together. Okay, it's a good volume for me, but it's probably a little too loud for you guys. So let me lower that. I don't know what I sound like overall, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of volume adjustment here. There you go. Lower that. Some mic setup here. Hey, Devi, just in time. It creates a Steam page. Almost. Devi says, finished work. That's great. So I submitted on Monday, and well, when was that? Was that Monday? Yeah. By this morning, I got a feedback. People being like, hey, I have no idea what your game is about. I was like, well, fair, I guess. They were saying description should make it so that the buyer or people who are looking into your game couldn't know what the gameplay is. And they were like, I don't know what the gameplay is just by reading the description. So Devi says, finished work. Now I'm super tired. Oh, well, hopefully you can relax a little bit and maybe take your break. I know it's hard between needing to prep dinner and all those things. Let me make my announcement here real quick. Live now. I might actually stream this weekend, and also I might stream a little longer, earlier in the coming days. Potentially, maybe not immediately, but starting weekends. For a little bit. Usama says, hey man, what's up? Yeah, not much. We're doing well. We're going to continue doing our little Steam page and submit it and continue working on our game as usual. Devi says, Leon is cooking. Aw, that's good. Hey, look. Leon needs to cook when you're feeling tired. And you have been busy. And now that's a nice hubby. Well, not nice. Bare minimum. But bare minimum is still nice, you know? We do bare minimum lovingly. We shouldn't shame people for being proud of the minimum, in quote, you know. David said he cooks every day. Lol, I get the groceries. Yeah, that's perfect. I know Leon is a good person. I can already tell. So let's see. Yeah, Mikori, we've been working on this. How's the music volume, first of all? That's a good one compared to my voice. If you can hear it, does it vibe? And then second, am I too big on the screen? I made myself a little bigger because we're doing what do you call green screen now, so I can afford better. There's music, says Mikuri. Okay, well, I guess it needs to be louder for you guys. It doesn't matter. Is this too loud? How's that? I mean, it's the same level as what I hear now. Better. Okay. I just don't want it to overwhelm the sound. Hey, Baka. All right, let's take a look. So it says, I submitted for review. Maybe a little less. Okay. Maybe it's the same thing. How about this? Okay. Anyway, so I submitted. I got a little failure. It says your store page has failed our review because the written description doesn't fully explain what features and content a customer can expect to be included with the purchase. More details about the gameplay and feature when reading through the description, customers should be... Okay, so it's asking me to basically explain more on the play, I think. But it's not limited to the story, character progression, goals, challenges, game mechanics, playtime, genre, soundtrack, additional game modes, and or anything you feel makes your game unique. So I'm gonna have to do that. Does it make my game unique? I'm not sure, but we'll see. Baka says, hello, Publisher Ezra. Hey, I'm Publisher Ezra, Developer Ezra. I am Artist Ezra. I'm everything. Soon to be Corporate Ezra. What if I made a account for every single one of them, and then I do different account every day throughout the week? I just don't have time for that, though, once I start my day job. But we'll see. Everybody grab your bags. All right, so I thought we did pretty good with our description, but it seems like we need to do a little bit more here. Let's see. So I did this, but maybe I'm going to include more descriptions. Of the gameplay itself. So maybe I'll have gameplay, something like that. Would that be too much? Hey, why is this blue? Oh, because it's a header. Boom. And then I could include the screenshot as part of it. So travel through regions to reach the world crystal, and then have this be part of it. Can I do that? How do I do that? And drag and drop image. Like that. And then say travel between nodes, different landmarks within the region to gather information and uncover stories. Make decisions for your path, or strategize and take your path to find the most optimal. Hey, forgot. Thanks for the follow, keeping track of this account. Hey, okay. That doesn't sound very suspicious, but I love that. Appreciate it. Thanks for the follow. Conic says, big fan. Hey, Conic. We're trying to finish this out. All right. So it's a gameplay. Travel through regions to reach the world crystal. Travel between different landmarks within the region to gather information and uncover stories. And find various... Oh, no, I'm just going to say stories. Uncover the story behind this world. Strategize and take your path to optimize your provision spending. To optimize how your provision or supplies. Let's call it supplies from now on. Supplies are used. And then I'll use for the image this one right here. Explore the landmarks and point of interest to unlock, to collect resources and unlock new unlock helpful upgrades and actions. will you find a shopkeeper, find merchants, upgrades, crystal shards, rest sites, and more. And then we'll do that as... I feel like this should be sufficient, I think. Then I'll put 2 screenshots here. Mikori says, will this be under Developer Ezra or a game studio name? Right now it's Developer Ezra. I don't have a publisher, I don't have a brand. Developer Ezra is my content making and game development brand. I'm just only separating the artist account. That would be funny though. What if I say like, this is solo game development, but for the credit for the art, I credit my art account as the artist instead of myself? Would that confuse people? I wonder. Conic says, can I consult you on about something really small for my game project? I can't find a strategy or a workaround. Hey, I mean, you have the whole audience here to deliberate. So ask away and we'll talk about it together. Okay, I think this is good. Also solve puzzles and face unknown dangers to navigate around. Then show this. Boop. There you go. I think that should be enough. Seems pretty straightforward. I think. Was that only feedback that we had? Let me see. Go back to the thing. Book buyer, the bookkeeper says, hello. Hello, bookkeeper. Thanks for buying books and keeping books, I guess. But yeah. Let's see. Your store page has failed our review because the written description doesn't fully explain what features. I explain all that. When reading through the description, customers should have a good sense of what the game is about. This could include, but it's not limited to, story, character progression, goal challenges, game mechanics, playtime, genre, soundtrack, additional game modes. Well, let's see. Included gameplay section 2 with screenshots for better to provide better sense of the gameplay to players, buyers. Okay. Bookkeeper says, lol, I also buy games. I have bought almost all the DLCs from Sims to Sims 4. Wow, Sims player. Well, you know, it's good to have spenders when it comes to games that you enjoy. I guess EA is the last company that we want to support nowadays, but it's okay. All right, submitted it. Woo, we reached our goal of submitting Steam page. Okay, we're going to update our goal now. Then we're going to say today, let's do the fix campfire. So I guess fix exploration, rest site, or how do I say it in the rest site discovery, add, and puzzle maze. Next maze. That's my goal today. All right, let's get that going. Let's Know Topor says, accidentally read Urza, not Ezra. I know. Urza from Fairy Tail, as much as there's a Urza from Magic the Gathering, who's the artifact. It's also spelled with U, I think. Is the artifact magician. But I know what you mean. No, my name is Ezra. McCurry says understandability? Huh? Was I supposed to write that? Okay. Bookbuyer the Bookkeeper says, I know. I hate EA. I do like Bookshop Simulator as well. Bookshop Simulator? Is that a game? Never heard of that. Voice says, congratulations on publishing your game on Steam as. Yay, thanks. Well, I'm almost there. I just finished my revision, so let's see if it comes on. And if it gets approved, then now I officially have things that people can wishlist with, which is exciting. It's my first one. I'll see how it goes. I know visually it's very weak. Visually, right now, the Steam page is pretty weak. Oh my gosh. Void is like, now to celebrate, we do deep squats, of course. I guess I haven't worked out in a while. All right, Void just redeemed our good old 12 squat. Or 12? Is it 11 or 12? 12 squats, as we know. This means everybody does it together, because we need to get off our bum. 1, 2. Not enough space with the green screen. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, that was good. Sorry, my room is a little tight right now. We're out of space out here with the green screen behind me. Feels a little claustrophobic, but it's okay. It's okay. Whew, all right. Conic says, so I'm really bad with Godot UI. I add pixel art texture to my button in game, but with regions, borders look only 2 pixels. Since the asset is 16 by 16. I want it to look like low-res pixel art, but I don't know how. Well, you probably have to decide the scale. The right way to do it, the correct way to do it for the pixel art is that you have to have a small, medium, large version of the pixel art that you have multiplied within the sprite. When you're exporting it, you can export it as 200%, 300%. So it's pixel perfect, and then you use different ones based on the resolution. Otherwise, if you're on 1080p, yeah, you definitely need to, let's see. Like, I struggle with that too. Like, you definitely need to do whole scale, like double, triple, quadruple, as opposed to do a fractional for it to look right. You've seen my buttons. I'll show you my pixel button real quick. Debbie says, hydrate. Hydrate, thank you. My goodness. Hey, thanks for the follow, Expiravit. Expiravit. Like a Spirit Vita X. Like a spirit of life. Maybe. So let me show you my alt. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get to it. Let me get out of here. I don't know what the right moment would be, Devi, but now you have that unlocked. Now you can start planting plants without worrying about not reaching your goal. You just have that on the queue. Okay. So I'm doing this to show Conic real quick. So you see how I have this button right here? Right here, this thing? This is a pixel perfect button, but I do a little zoom. Like, it looks normal because this is per scale, but as soon as I do this like 1.5 scale thing, it looks really bad. I mean, it can't be avoided. You're supposed to only do like multiples of the... Alternatively, what you need to do is actually make a version that you manually edit to be this perfect size, which is tedious. Deal with it. But obviously it's too small. So if I wanted to make it big and it looks good throughout, every single pixel button that you make has to be exactly the same scale, I think. You knew that. Let me go to my journey mode real quick. And if you look at my action bar, which this is the thing, I can just go into my action button and just say, hey, you know what? This whole thing is going to be scaled 2 now, which apparently doesn't update here. Excuse me. Does that? Do I have to save it? Nope. Let me see. If I go to remote, action bar. Let's make this, just for the sake of argument, I want to see it. Can I not change this? Can I change this? Okay. It's a little down there. Let me see if I can move this to 100 so I can see it. You see? Like, I had to double it for it to look kind of normal here. I mean, this is just kind of the way it is, I think, unfortunately. Yeah, these things. This is a pixel button that's bigger than it's supposed to be. Then it's meant to be designed, you know? Unless that's not your question. But with regions, borders look only 2 pixels since the ad set is 16 by 16. I want it to look like low res pixel, but I don't know how. Yeah, you have to scale it up. Or if you're using texture rect, let's say you're using texture rect as a thing instead of the textured button, then you definitely have to do keep aspect under resizable and then scale it to a whole number for it to look nice. And then every single button or every single pixel component within it has to be the same. Alternatively, if you want to make it so that, like, if you don't care for the resolution of the UI to be different, then, because right now I have to do this because my UI resolution is different from the game resolution. But if not, then obviously keep everything in relation to your game resolution and design everything based on that, and make sure you do the whole like canvas integer multiplication and then, you know, viewport or whatever. Then it's just going to stretch everything out from that low res. Anyways, Osama says, did you make a GDD before starting making this game? This particular game, no, because I started as a this one started as a game jam submission. I did do a brief GDD type of situation for this particular one when we were redesigning it. So as we were going through redesign, I did like a theory of what elements are we keeping, what is the new gameplay that's going to make it more meaningful, what are some things that we're keeping and we're adding, what do they do. I did still change things a lot. I should probably update this, but I think we're at a good place now. Let's see, back to Twitch here. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I missed a lot of Twitch chat here. So sorry, everyone. Here, let's really quickly focus on the Twitch chat here. Wow, you guys have been chatting. I see some congratulations. Deep squats. Debbie says, ah, dang. I'll take a rain check. Pregnant. Oh, it's okay. I'm sorry. Leon can hold your belly, or Leon can do squat at the same time with you. Could be healthy, right? Is it not? Is it not healthy to do squat exercise while pregnant? You don't have to, by the way, obviously. I'm just kidding. I'm just getting distracted. Connick says that clears a lot. Thank you. I got to try on my hands now. Yeah. Experiment with it. I mean, the main thing is making sure your multiplication of the pixel art is never fractional, because fractional pixel art doesn't work, right? Because it's pixel sensitive. When you get to fractional, computer starts to decide out of all the pixels you have in your pixel art, which one is bigger than the other, right? Like every other pixel needs to be elongated or whatever. Bookbuyer the Bookkeeper says, I have no space for squats. Oh, it's okay. Debbie says, Lamau. McCoy says, squatting in the void. Yes, we're squatting with void, actually, rather. Oh, right, because we were in the dark. Maybe I need a background. Debbie says, I'll squat in spirit. Bookbuyer the Bookkeeper says, rain, because you're a queen? Or did you mean rain check? Brains Up says, so strong. We are strong. We're the strongest game devs out here, I think. Us as a community. Squat, squat, squat. Oh, I guess I missed the chat while I was squatting. I'm waiting for the right moment to redeem the OG song. I don't know either. Yeah, I don't know when it would be. Eventually, just hold on to it. We'll do a right one. Bookbuyer the Bookkeeper says that's generally what progeny means. Yes. Wait, you're growing another human. Yes, that's what it means. Jeez, you guys are sarcastic. Debbie says, haha, yes, thank you. The right, that's okay. A lot of good conversation happening. Bookkeeper says, ah, yes, that will be confusing. Debbie says, hold up. After all Queen references, you thought I was a dude. I mean, Dal, you know what? We don't have to talk about that here. Bookbuyer says, men can be queens, true. Some are big drag queens. In fact, doesn't have to be drag to be a queen. Debbie says, fair enough, but what about the she and her references? Indeed. That is an indicator of gender. Blah, blah, blah. Bookkeeper, next void will assume you are gay or straight when both could be true. Squats are healthy. Plead the fifth. Okay. All right. We caught up. Back to game development now. Ash Holly Cash on YouTube says, yo, my favorite streamer live again. What's up? I hope everything going well, by the way. I like your mic. Purple is my favorite. Thanks. I don't mind the purple. It is a little strong. So this sponge that I had originally that came with the mic was breaking apart. I think it's because I was like rubbing my stubbles on it all the time. So I went to go buy it, and only the purple and the red, like it's so red, was available. And I was like, I guess purple is less aggressive. I wanted something softer, but whatever. Okay. Voice says, Ez, did you know? Yeah, I knew. I'm weird. Well, I guess it's surprising. Also, it helps that I've seen Devi's face in some sense. Right? Because there was a... Anyways. She briefly changed her profile picture on Discord at some point, which he missed. Let's see. Coolly, Void, why am I lost to know? Void, you've been absent. You've been absent. That's why. But sometimes you gotta be bold and just ask. That's true. Anyways. All right. Ooh, my little Sprouty. He's a merchant, by the way. Do you like this design? He should probably have an idle animation, though. I should probably make it. All right. So the bug that I'm dealing with right now, now we're back to game development, is that last time we made a new feature, which was during the exploration mode, I wanted the campfire, the rest site, to be discovered. And once it gets discovered, I wanted that action to be available on the overworld, right? So that's the whole concept. The whole concept is you unlock easy access actions like shopping, resting, and all these other things. So that you don't have to do full exploration if you don't have to. Obviously, you do exploration if you need some of the resources that are available in the exploration, like these like provision, and you're out of it. And that's the kind of the risk you take. But then also you're shortcutting this by discovering these secrets, the NPCs and whatnot. The problem that I'm facing right now is that the part with the campfire, I only wanted one campfire, but now there's multiple every time I go in there. That's one problem. And two is if I revisit the campfire, it's like the entire thing. So let me show you. One of like, all right. So we have it here. We got a lot of congratulations going on here. Yeah, Devi is pregnant. Book, yeah. Void was confused how Devi could be pregnant as a man. Devi wasn't a man. Okay, I'm gonna look for the campfire here. I wonder if I should make it so that if every wild node has a rest site, so that's like an option that you want to discover. Seems like the campfire is not on this one. I was really hoping that there will be a campfire here, but I'm just, oh my gosh, this bear is gonna kill me. Hold on. All right, this is not it. No campfire on this node. Gotta get out of here. We're good on provisions. I think I'm gonna go to the mountain. Ooh. Hopefully I don't get game over here. Okay. Please don't die. Please don't die. Oh, sick. Okay. Straight shot. I can actually cheat a little bit. You can click on the node behind the Fog of War, and it'll still take you there if it's right next to it. Oh my god. Not ideal. Oh, see? I found campfire. It says rest site found. So now we're good here. The problem I had was... Okay. Alright, so I'm going to get out. And now the campfire is available. I need to make it so that this is more obvious. Right now, if you're overlapping the node, you can't really see what's all there. I wonder if I should make it so that like it builds out the area. Because it's really hard to tell. But if I'm going to rest here and search again, I do believe it messes up with a lot of the things. See, now almost like every node has a campfire now, I think. Yep, this one has it. So it becomes a little crazy. So we're gonna have to yeah. So this like repopulation of the lit campfire is broken, so I need to figure that out. So we'll try that. Go back to that logic and see what's happening. So on my journey mode, when I'm journeying and entering a enter exploration mode, I do something here. Do November, Grass Devi, thanks Cooley, you and Void were out the times he mentioned it in the stream. Void is laughing. Book buyer says, is that your game you made? Yeah, this is the game that we're trying to publish. It's a little tricky right now because I was hoping to submit this, like make a free demo version of the game for June Next Fest, which is coming up quickly. And I thought I had until May, and they say it's like 2 weeks before the event is the last time submittable. But if you look at the thing right here, it says registration actually opens on 27th. Coincidentally, that's when my new day job starts. So I have been doing content making without a day job, just living on a prayer and savings for past 3 years, doing this content making. Actually going back to work. My start date is 27th. So it's like kind of nicely lines up. So there's a opportunity, if I really lock in, try to finish by April 27th, which is a week and a half. At the least, I'm gonna probably stream a long time on 18th, 19th, and 20th. So basically 3-day hackathon to finish up everything. And mind you, I don't have a single sound effect in this game right now, so we'll see. We'll see how far we get there. But yeah, good luck with that. We'll figure it out. Where there's will, there's a way. Hey, Sybil SG? Sybil SG? Sybil? Nah, I don't remember how to say it. I feel like you told me how to say it, but... Hola? Void says, baby berry. Ooh, we definitely need a baby berry. Clee says, hope it all goes smoothly and the baby is happy and healthy. Of course, good wishes, good wishes. Bookbuyer Keeper says, what is the purpose of the game? The genre? What is your new job? New job? Yeah. Oh my gosh, everybody's out of the loop now. New job is old job. So before this, I was a software engineer, full stack, but full stack in name, but mostly I worked on backend in a lot of places. That's where I built the credibility, because like on my videos, I could always go, hey, I am a big tech software engineer that worked in the industry for 13 plus years, and I can do name drops, and people go, way. I try not to do name drops now because it's kind of cheesy. But yeah, basically just going back to that so I can, grab as much bag as possible as quickly as possible. Let's see. Debbie says, Christ for us. Yeah, I know. It's okay. I'll do my best. I'm going to continue doing this where I can. Obviously, I can't do it every day or every other day like I used to. Maybe the timeline has to change, but we'll be here in spirit. This means, though, I'll probably go back to making more regular videos, because that gives me comfort to like plan out my videos more and make a higher quality videos less frequently. That could be a good thing for me. So what is my game about? My game is about, so let me show you the story first. A lot of us already have seen it, but it's a good time to retell the story. So the mystery is that it starts with this introduction of the world and the crystal. At the end of the day, it's about the journey. It's taking a journey and giving a reason behind journeying through different things. And it says, hey, for eons, the world crystal has held the world in perfect, unchanging stillness. The prophecy warns that a single destined choice will change that, shattering our reality into 1,000 fractured paths, hinting at the fact that you are partaking in this experience as a player who is causing disturbance. The idea is that the world has split and you are someone that's just kind of traveling through and discovering what the world is about. And, it's clearly you just want to get to the end, which is journeying through point A to B, which is the world crystal. Main mechanic is that you have provisions that you need to resource manage, and your health, obviously, very simple. And during this exploration, you have number of moves you can explore to gather as much as you can. And then it's basically graph traversal. And once you're out of the moves, it resets by consuming your provision. So you can see, first of all, how your provision is used. And this is exploration mode. This is where you're gathering information, and you can exit the exploration by returning to the entrance, right? Just typical exploration. It's like traveling summarized. Well, the goal is to get to the end. The goal is to get to the crystal, but there is a build of intrinsic goals of okay, well, your goal is to travel and survive, because it costs provision to travel between points. So in the overworld, you run out of provision as you go. So how do you get to the ending? You got to strategize around that. There are upgrades, there are shops, there's stories, there's unlocks to get to different regions. You're making decisions on which node to go. But, different things makes it easier. Different things have different builds and all that. Just like any roguelike, it's randomly generated world that is a roguelike. But yeah, So that's the main premise of the game. And hopefully through the story that's being told, that players get to discover different mazes that they get to face within the gameplay. Yeah, there are dangers. So far, there's no like pure combat. It's like a lot of like, think of it as like a powerless journeyman that's traveling through the wilderness. You can be prepared, but you can be only so... Like, for example, this one. The forest has a bear or bears. So obviously, if you run into them, you lose health. So these are like some mechanics of like, okay, avoid the danger, wait on it, do the timing thing. It's not about just discovering the zones. You have to avoid these things. So this is a simple danger. Certain bosses / enemies would have certain danger that is like patterned, right? So it's like about learning the patterns, but then you're still using your provision, so like balancing all those things. I'm thinking some of the places will have dangers like natural environment dangers. Okay, I just died. So there's a lot of things that will be added to this, but basically that's the concept. Bookbuyer the Bookkeeper says, just as thought, I know of a game where one path leads to the goal, but there can be many paths that are dead ends. I don't know the name, but I've seen it in dramas. Yeah, I'm not really sure I want anything to be like just dead end. Like dead end would be for reasons. I want everybody to make a conscientious decision. So for example, like decision is, oh, if I'm not going towards a goal, it is to explore. And once you explore and discover what that entails, the next time you can make that decision to say, I'm going to go off of the course of the goal to support my reason for getting to the goal type of thing. It'll be interesting. We'll see. Anyways, so back to just the journey here. Let's see. I got to make sure I do the campfire thing correctly. So I think it was under map node. It's hard to remember everything. This is a true test of if I structured everything appropriately for myself. I think it's during the Explorer mode's generation. Generate level. We have the start node that we populate. And then let's see. Forgot where I put it. It was a rest site. Yeah. Rest site here. Rest site found. Which marks it so that the rest site is available if it has been found. How do we populate? Create a map node. POI's fog war is enabled. I don't remember where I populate the rest site. Let's see. Doing that. We're getting the helper. That's fine. Cluster infos has this load level. Regions. Generating here. Feel like I thought I populated on the... Yeah, populate this. What's the rest site marker? I'm gonna have to remember everything again. I knew I was making some bad decisions when I was setting this up earlier. But here we are. I mean, the question here is like, do I re-architect just so that this becomes clarified? Maybe. No, maybe not. Okay. Where's the configuration thing? Explore asset. We have the rest site thing here. Get additional actions. These are actions available for it. On... I thought there was one for on instance. If I remember correctly. Ah. Get explore gen config. Which is this. We might populate that at some point. Let's see. Journey mode. We generate. I wonder if it happens on start. Oh, geez. Bookbar Club says, or Keeper says, sorry, I have a bajillion ideas and sometimes they leak out. No, it's okay. You can share as much as you want. I also, take a lot of things as grain of salt, but also I take every suggestion seriously. When I reject them, it doesn't necessarily mean that I reject it because I think it's a bad idea. Also, I'm very aware of scope creeps nowadays. So even if I have my own new ideas, hey, Devi, thanks for the gifted sub. Hey, K101 is here. Hey, K, I didn't know you were lurking. Wait, is K on here? I don't know if gifted sub, they changed it so that people who's not online also gets the sub. I feel like they did make that change. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to rat out anyone who's lurking, though. I guess I did, but whatever. All right. Jeez. Hold on. Okay. Reset the fog. Oh gosh. I'm trying to figure out what my old brain was doing last time. It's been a while. Populate the encounter. That's fine. When am I populating the rest site? This is not good. Connections. We're doing connections. We grab the exploration gen config. And then we generate it. The gen config, I think we made it so that it includes information about map nodes, potentially. Yeah, it is random, but I don't know how, like, if it's random within the people who are watching you currently, like online, or if it's random as in like it's just anyone within the follower list. Okay, region resources. Has POI amount, region I can name, map nodes. I guess that's just how it is, huh? Rest site NPC gets tied into the rest. Oh my gosh. We're marking it. Uh-huh. This is very difficult. Hey, another gifted sub from Devi. Thank you. I appreciate that. The supporter. Definitely the top gifter out here. Makes me happy. It makes me feel like I could have done this. I could have done this as in I could have just done this if I had a few more months. Okay. I'm trying the AC though. It's a little hot. Cooley says top chatter. Top chatter, top clipper, top gifter, etc., etc. All right, sorry I'm being lost here. Sometimes I have to figure out what I was thinking at some point. I would say this is an indication of bad organization and structure. And so this would be an opportunity to change this part. But, you know, it is what it is. At least I'm practicing decoding what's happening. All right, so we generated everything on start. We have this, explore mode, map origin. Populate encounters is just encounter like bears. We're initializing the player. We're figuring out which nodes to uncover. Fog War is unpaused. That's okay. It seems like the whole rest site thing we mark if the rest site is found, and we do something with that if that's the case. So I'm gonna look for that implementation here. We do if it is found. Aha! We do something here. If it is found, we do rest. That's fine. That's normal. What about this? On init, if the current map's rest site is found, we light it up. That's fine. What about the population of the rest site itself? I'm gonna say... Oh, there's 2 instances of this. I think rest site explore node, which I think is what's being populated here. This one just has, it's a rest site type. Has a rest site as the NPC. Are you guys on the platform together now? Ah, yeah, you are. Hey, Cooley's got the shiny Godot berry out here. Nice. He says, I don't think I'll ever change my berry because he's got them leg of steel. Yeah, it's the tallest berry out there, I think, out of all of them. I also think that the, what do you call, squat berry has the best kick animation. If you do kick, or is it slash? No, it is. It has the best kick animation out of all of them, I think. Okay. Clearly, I'm doing rest site explore node somewhere, so I'm going to search for that rest site. See if there's any constant that I'm populating. On the map node, rest site marker. We do rest site here. During the journey mode. Oh, okay. There's some information here. Load level. Okay, this seems familiar. Let me see. Aha, so this is where we populated which of the places have the rest sites. So we added a rest site config to one of these places. I wonder how many times these gets run. I mean, it's supposed to run only once. So we're adding rest site minimum amount 1 and max amount 1. Oh, while rest site count is greater than 0, we're choosing one of the nodes and then adding the rest site. And then we're popping it out. I wonder if the POI generation config is shared between the nodes. That's very possible. First of all, so this is first one. I noticed that sometimes when I get the rest site, there's more than one. I could see a potential where if they share a type, the configuration is shared between the nodes, like this one right here, the gen config. So I'm going to say this is local to scene. So these are not shared. And I think that will make it unique per. So that's fixed there. I wonder if that will fix everything. I'm going to turn off the fog of war real quick so I can see the rest site ASAP. Journey mode. Enter exploration. Fog of war will be false. And we'll find rest site and see if it works. And see if that kind of fixes everything else, because there's a potential that's what was causing the issue. I could see duplicates because they're being shared configuration. Spaghetti Software says on YouTube, I just made my first multiplayer Godot project and now it feels like I'm learning game dev all over again. Oh, yeah, for sure. I can tell that's probably a rough one. I would love to know your experience. I definitely want to do multiplayer at some point. Kind of want to make a simple friend slap type of game. Not sure what it would be. Whatever is fun. Yeah. What kind of game did you make as a multiplayer? Debbie says, maybe if your character dies, it switches to a second character? Ooh. You mean in this game? That could be fun. Like a second generation. Ooh, what if you can't have children? Is that weird? What if you in your journey you make a you make a child? Make a child feels a little impersonal, but you know what I mean. And then then your lineage or legacy starts all over again. Like you don't lose everything. You can leave the records of your journey, and your child generation can pick those records up and start the journey from where you left off. Cooley says generational buffs and debuffs. Yeah, exactly. Sounds fun, but I know that's like really scoping out. I did have some ideas like that for a multiplayer game. I had this like kind of like semi-massive multiplayer online game where it's like it resets. Like the world resets every season, and during the season it's like a isekai. I talked about this before, where everybody gets like one special ability, but then you have to find this artifact that grants you this one special ability, and you get to use this one special ability in unique ways, and you get to build on it. And then at the end of the season, just think about it, at the end of the season, those artifacts get lost again and get redistributed, but whoever owns the artifact gets to modify the artifact's ability. So you get to add one buff, debuff, or whatever. And the concept is, if you get really good at using this artifact and you manipulate it like by flavoring it with your build, the chance of somebody else finding it and that person being overpowered goes up, right? So then you're like balancing this out of like, do I make the artifact worse or better? If I make it better, I gotta go for it, type of thing. But yeah, could be interesting. Oh, I forgot that I just found the campfire there. Hold on, let me leave and go back there and see if it's fixed. Oh, campfire is here too, and there's only one. Beautiful. Okay. Debbie says, ooh, I tripped on the sidewalk and shattered the world shard in a different dimension. Now I'm the only one that can fix it. New game name. Oh, I was like, oh no, you tripped, what? No, that sounds funny. That's the new game. I accidentally broke the world. Oh my gosh. So this is the bug I was talking about. What is happening here? I need to know. Spaghetti says, I just made my I am porting an old driving game I made last year to multiplayer title. You only really have to broadcast other player locations, so it's simple. Hey, at least I mean, it's even simpler if you don't have collision, but I guess you do. All right, I'm gonna try to make a breakpoint here to see where things are going tremendously wrong. All right. Gen config. We're about to grab the gen config, so let's look into that. Explore gen config. Region icon. There's 20. This is a start. Small provision. Rest site. There's minimum one rest site. So I don't see multiples. I don't know why this is proving to be multiple, so we'll have to see what happens here. return that. It got assigned. It's an explore mode. We're turning off Fog of War, and we're going to generate the level. And then clean up. I'm a little suspicious of the cleanup, but we'll see. That's normal. That's normal. Explore level. This is... Okay. The model gets generated here. And I think... Let me look at the info here. We still have one rest site as a requirement. Just single rest site. Devi says, that bug was like you got isekai'd into your isekai game. Yeah. I used to be next level journeyman, but I died, and now I am respawned as the monster. The episode 1. I don't know who started this type of like genre. It got weird. There's so many of them these days. Anyways, we're gonna generate rooms. This is just BSP. We're distributing the map nodes here. This is taking the information and creating the POI. So I think I could step into this one. Populate pool with minimum count. Yes, yes, yes. So we'll go over here. Oops. And we'll see we got no override config here. The minimum requirements got populated to the type count of the min. So we have 17 and 22. I believe the region map node rest site is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I just heard something crash. Just give me a second. I'm going to check if the cat has knocked something down real quick. I'll be back. Must have been the upstairs neighbors. They're just chilling and sleeping. Okay. Let's see. We were debugging region. We still have one rest site. That's 22. Minimum requirement says... Where are we? We got the min config... POI gen config pool. Rest sites still have 1 as a minimum. Override is 0. Okay. So at the end, we have 20 gen config pool. And I'm gonna have to check this. One at a time. Start. Rest site. Small. Empty. Empty. Small. Empty. Okay. We're good here. I feel like we only have one rest site here. Good. That's appropriate so far. Okay. I think I know what's going on. Do I? Hold on. I think the rest site marker being visible turns on this indicator, and this is what's meant for overworld. I think this is being triggered on for the children that's being generated potentially. Let me see. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to just resume here. See what happens. So all of them has rest site. I'm going to go to remote. Can I pause it? Pause. So I'm going to look at my remote setup here and see if they are truly wrong nodes or just have wrong visual indicator. So we're going to go to explore mode and then look at POI container here. Yep, the rest site marker is on. So this is due to the fact that the rest site found has been triggered. Okay, let me think on this. The rest site found is on. I think we need to make it so that on explore map node, we overwrite that behavior. A little bad, but we're going to have to do it. So no matter what this is, I think, because this visibility right now is done by this. So we'll say, hey, like render rest site marker, which will be a function, private function on the bottom, render rest site marker, and this one does this. And what I'm going to do here is override this function for the explore node and have it make sure this one keeps it off. So there you go. Devi says, time for grocery store. Be back later. All right, have fun at the grocery. This should do it. It's a little hacky. Well, I have so many components of the game right now that feels a little hacky that it's starting to get really messy. So I might have to go through and do a little re-architecturing exercise once I've finished the demo. That's probably the next item. So finish making the demo by 27th. And then do a cleanup session. So probably a month or so, we'll take the whole architecture and redo it. Hopefully I don't have to remake everything. Just kind of clean up some of the parts, split out the functionalities so that it's more manageable, easier to follow. Yeah. Devi, don't forget our snacks. Cooley says, don't forget our snacks. Give us the snack. All right. Sick. We're getting it. You have limited amount of moves. Yes, we do. Spaghetti Usama says, can you show as the FPS profiler when the game is running? Yeah, sure. I mean, it shouldn't be bad at all. We have 800 FPS here. Process speed 5 milliseconds. Not bad at all. I do know that I have orphan nodes that I need to figure out later, but it's not that bad. How about this? I'll show it to you like that. Leginger says, hey, 5 days left. Wait, 5 days left to what? Wait, hold on. Why are you scaring me? 5 days left to what? 4 days. What? Oh my gosh, no. What's happening? What are we counting down? Oh, until the game is released. Okay. I think I wishlisted it. Hey, can you actually? I'm logged in now because I was working on my Steam page. By the way, Legendary Dev, you'll be happy to know, I finally submitted my Steam page, and then I got rejected because they were like, I don't know what the game is about. So I just made that change and then resubmitted it. So I'm so excited. I kind of expected it to be rejected in the beginning. They were like, you need to put more stuff. Anyways, having said all that, I can wishlist your game on stream now because I've logged in. I figured out my login last time as I was doing that. What are you calling your game? Hey, 9K. If you hit, let's say, well, let's do a marketing conversion, right? Typically impression to call to action conversion on average is about 5%, I think. All hail the orb, right? But wishlist is a little bit more committal, right? What do you think? Well, wishlist people typically are committal, but they don't always buy on the day of launch. So let's say like 20% of the wishlister will buy on the day of. Is that a good guess? Maybe. Yeah, hold on. Did I already wishlist? Add to your wishlist. I just did it, everyone. Go check out All Hail the Orb by Legendary Dev. Look at these fancy art. It sure beats my game right now, but I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna make it visually stronger, so we'll see. But yeah, fun stuff. It was really fun clicker game. Launch soon. Look at all these ducks too. Oh my gosh, look at this. Love the capsule art. Beautiful, beautiful. Leginger says, I'll throw this out there. Incremental space is completely backwards. Conversion rates for my friend's game has been like 20%. Oh, 20% is pretty good. Leginger says, I'll be releasing a new trailer. Let me send you one sec. Okay, cool. I'd love to play the trailer here. Okay. My Discord is somewhere. New trailer. Can I show it on stream? Of course. Okay, cool. All right. Pause. Wait, hold on. Ah, shit. Hold on. I gotta redo it. Nice. Oh, different colored cultist. That's new. Heck yeah. Looks great. It's coming soon. Perfect timing too. I mean, you'll be ready for June. June Next Fest. Registration opens on 27th apparently. So, I mean, that's my goal at least. Sick. Well, congrats on that. Looks really good. Oh, I'm so excited for you. I gotta learn a lot. Is there anything that you learn from getting that launch? Like, for example, splash art, trailer setup, all those things. Are you doing it manually by yourself, or do you have services? people, all those things. Spaghetti says, I do my best programming with a pencil and paper before I even think about actual code. If you can draw bubbles and lines, the projects are a lot easier. True. Okay. I don't know why we're talking about that though, but I agree. Kane says, I think it's more like 10%, but it depends on the game, existing followers, and more. Yeah. First day conversion also depends heavily on the purchase, I'm sure, or the pricing. KY Shang says, or thanks for the follow. Let's see. Mr. says, Unk, I hacked your PC. Give me $10 million or I will release your files. It's okay. I don't there's no file that's worth $10 million in my computer. The best way to have security is to not have anything to protect. If you don't have any secrets, you don't need security. No, that's true. Okay, a little bit better. A little bit better. It's not everywhere. Okay, to remind everyone, the issue that I'm dealing with right now is this whole like campfire situation showing up everywhere. I changed it so that the region resources are unique to the scene. Definitely still something funky is happening here, and I need to figure this out. I think this is still based on the marker. Not sure why those are on. Let me see. Pause this and take a look. KY Shang says, hi there, hi. Leginger says, everything. I have context for everything. This game was YOLO'd. Nothing was planned. It was all just made up as I went along. Also, the majority of your purchases don't come from wish lists. I believe it. Wish list is mainly for getting to the front page, I think. It's not for conversion, right? That's what I hear, at least. Let's see. Cooley says, oh no, all my unfinished game dev projects. The secrets that I already exposed to the world. Yeah, exactly. Canadian Brit from Cali, hi. That's a lot of locations in your name. Legendary Dev says, I won't likely hit this next fest. Planning a multiplayer incremental game with a friend, going to breach into new territory. I mean, I guess you already have the demo available. Is your plan to not do the next fest unless you have the full game ready for purchase? Because, I mean, you say you're launching. I don't know. After this game. Oh, I see. You already done this for the last Next Fest, you mean? Okay. Yeah, no, visually it looks amazing. Music set looks good. All the splash art and everything seems pretty solid. I'm kind of like really impressed by that. And I would love to. I don't know how much of that is just pure skill and whatever, and how much of that is like being resourceful. And if it's resourceful, it's something that you can share. I would love to hear about it because I'm trying to reach it myself. Spaghetti says, all hail the orb looks good. Hopefully you can find an audience for your game, says Spaghetti Software. Yeah, it looks really nice. Go check it out. Legendary Dev is another streamer out here. It has made pretty fun, exciting game here. Kane says, I think it's more like 10%. No, I read that. Kane also says, is there a popular solution to log errors, stack traces, or just custom events? I could implement it myself, but that feels like an overkill and also annoying in Unreal. That's the funny thing. It's so good for making games, but everything that is usually super easy, like persistent, etc., works like similar everywhere, is super annoying. But that's also kind of tied to its save game and crappy UI system. The only thing I hate about Unreal. Oh, yeah. I mean, it sounds like you have to make a custom solution. But I would be surprised if there isn't people in the community who already has solutions for that. I can't tell you the right answer for that. Because, yeah, it is just persistence. When you find error, you have to persist it or ask, use platform provided services to send that, right? Because every platform has a error sending API, I think, for you to receive that individually. You can't just be like connect to the internet and send stuff. But yeah. Leginger says also you're in my credits. Oh my gosh, I'm in Leginger Dev's games credit. Yeah. For what, I'm not sure, but I appreciate it either way. I guess I tested it. I'm a play tester. Thanks. I appreciate it. I'll have you know, this would be my second in-game credits. Oh. I shared this before with people. But I'm in IMDb. Ready? Let's see if I can actually find myself. Aha! Additional crew in Starfinder. Look at that. Oh, I don't have a photo though. I guess I could add in my own picture if I wanted to. But look at me. I'm in a credit of Starfinder, the video game. We worked with Nathan Fillion and Laura Bailey, which is a big name, right? They're cool people to meet in person, but it was during COVID, so only voice chat. I Love Mug says, hi guys, is there anyone who's currently working as a developer? I mean, kind of. I before what I'm doing right now, I worked at big tech for like 13 years, so. But also, technically, I'm starting back again on 27th, going back to the old stomping ground. So almost there. At least I passed the interview and got the job, so if that means anything for you. Let's see. Leginger says you made a duck. Oh, that's right. I did make a duck. But yeah. I Love Look says I graduated last year and having a hard time to get a job. Oh, right now is kind of rough for people who are entry position. Also, this is something I noticed. Okay. If you are a entry position people either in school, just coming out of school, or under the age of 25 who's working in the industry or trying to get into the industry, there's a great pattern of complaints. And I'm not really sure if it's because I'm old now and then like this is how old people saw us when we were young, maybe. Leginger says send a screenshot of credits. Wait, are you talking to me? Are you talking? Oh, are you saying Love Mug? Yeah, Love Mug. Send your whatever resume. Oh, whatever. Jeez, I'm so confused. Leginger was saying that I'm in the credits. Hey, look at you as the dev. I'm the duck creator. I created one duck. I'm excited about that. Thanks, appreciate it. I was talking about the career in software engineering. Love says, can I send my resume to you? I guess. I mean, I can give you a brief overview, but you're entry position, so definitely look for an internship. That's easier. The barrier to entry is a lot easier if you're looking for those like summer internship or co-op position. And that's a really easy way to get a continued offer because that's like the expectation of how well you do in the interview is lower. So it's more forgivable. But what I was trying to say was that I noticed a pattern in the younger kids, younger professionals these days, which I don't know if I felt about myself or people of my peers at the time. But I feel like there is part of it that you need to learn. So something that you learn when you start working for the first time. And this can be like working at a retail space anywhere, is that there's this whole concept of like only doing the bare minimum, right? Which is okay, right? Because that's what you're being paid for. But then there's this whole thing about like showing incentive, or not incentive, showing initiative. And that's like a boomer thing for a lot of people of like, hey, show some initiative means like show that you have intention to be resourceful. But then because we got into the space of like, well, we're doing for money, we're not lying, everybody knows that. So if you're not going to tell me what to do, then I'm not going to do it until you tell me. It's your responsibility to manage me. That attitude doesn't fly really well. Like, it's just not helpful for the company. So like, so I don't know if that's like a new thing. Legend just says, bouncing to bed, catch up tomorrow. All right, bye, Ginger Dev. Thanks for stopping by. Lovebug says, I tried to reach international companies for abroad, but unfortunately it's really hard to get accepted. Are you in the US? And it really depends on what school and whatever it is you're doing. And I would be curious to see, okay, here's a problem. Are you struggling to get an interview itself, or are you struggling to go past the interview stage? Oh, you're in Turkey? Okay. Really depends on, because they're two different problems. If you're not even getting an interview, then your resume has a problem getting noticed, right? The truth is that they filter through a bunch of candidates, so you have to do that. I mean, at least that part is kind of easy to fix, I think. And you got to focus on things that make you look like you're not wasting somebody's time. Like, you don't look like you're about to just like immediately fail the interview just on the resume alone. And working with a group is important. Working on bigger projects is important. Like, having experience with working with people, having experience with working on something technical. So those are two different things, right? Technical, all the school projects, blah, blah, blah. Working with people, that is big. That's kind of important. Okay, fine. You can send it to me. Or you can share it in our general or feedback on the Discord. And maybe other people will provide some feedback as well. Anyways. Okay, so I feel like something has been fixed. So this campfire, let me see. So right now I see this right here, and this one is the actual campfire, and all of these other ones are that are marked visible, I think. Let me think. So I'm gonna go into my game. Explore mode. Go POI container. Start node. Okay. Yeah, rest site indicator is on this one. Yeah, that's it. So I wonder why that got flipped. Oh, is it because start node is not necessarily a fog of war node? Okay. I gotta be careful here. What I'm gonna do here instead now is change this logic right here where I did this. Get rid of that. And then update some of the Boolean to indicate what mode this is. And then we're gonna have var show rest site indicator, which will be true for now. And then that one, if this, yep. And then what we're gonna do here during the explore mode, when we're generating this, generate, we got the config, we're generating with the graph generator. For each of the model, we're going through, we're creating a map node, and we're going to say, hey, this is like explore map node. So we're going to say show rest site indicator will be false here. An important thing is that if this gets set, we want to make sure this runs again to update that value. Map node is being created. Hopefully. Yeah, okay. Sick. Hold on. I don't know why our bot is down. Why is our... Hold on. Sorry. Let me share the Discord channel. Give me a second. See if I can get this to work again. The bot is all over the place, I feel. Let's see. Oh, why is it off? Don't forget to mod. Yeah. It's on now. On. Yeah, I don't know why they were off. Did it turn off by automatically? Weird. Okay. So if you go to Discord, there is a feedback section. You can tell your story a little bit in detail and then share it, like looking for any feedback. Ooh. I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow, or not tomorrow, on Friday, because my dad's visiting the state and we have some errands to run together. So it's early, but we'll see. Yeah. Anyways. I love Mug says, is there a way I can reach you through LinkedIn? LinkedIn? Sure, I guess. You can find me on LinkedIn. Just, gosh. Oh, why does it still say I work at Google? I thought I updated that. Weird. I thought... No, I said it. Oh, weird. Okay, well, anyways. I guess this is my LinkedIn. I'm not really active on there. It's just Ezra Kim. Let's see. Now we're a career advice, software career advice channel all of a sudden. Happens, I know. You know, whatever I say is kind of outdated a little bit, I'm sure. Like, I know how to get myself a job, but can I actually help other people get a job with that information? I'm not really sure if it applies or not. Okay. All right. Let's find the campfire, activate the campfire, and see if the bug is gone. First of all. And then I'll test the rest of it. Ah, there is campfire, so I'm gonna get hurt. And campfire heals me right now as soon as I discover it. Cool. Then if I get out... I can rest. If I go search again. Sick. Interesting. So it's working. The campfire is no longer appearing on the places where I have the rest site. The logic here is the question. The gameplay. If I search again, should the campfire be available within the exploration? Probably not, right? Yeah, I think that's right. All right, so that's fixed. We can rest and do the spend provision to heal. Cool. And we can turn on the fog of war again. So we'll go over here. Start explore, or is it enter explore mode? Fog of war will be enabled based on the option. Sick. We did it, everyone. We reached our goal of rest site discovery, and then we did the Steam. Let's do add puzzle and maze in exploration. That's the next thing I want to do. So for the ruin, I love Mug says, I sent your request, man. Can you check, please? Gosh, so rushed. Look, I'm helping you, but I'm still in the middle of the thing that I'm doing. I mean, I don't see you though. Is it under... Oh, gosh. Which one are you? I guess I'll just accept everyone here. Whatever. I got so much messages that I don't even check. LinkedIn is not a fun place for me. I don't know why people are so active there. Salmon? Okay. Did you message me your resume, or do you just want me to look at your LinkedIn? Because that's not enough. Cooley says all my messages are bots. Some are bots, some are actual thing. Like, I don't want to like reveal it. Like, are you open to new roles? Or we're like, hey, we're showing up, blah blah blah. It's pretty garbage. Love Mug says, I don't want to hold you, to be honest. Okay, yeah, don't worry. I just want to make sure I mean, there's nothing here, unfortunately. You definitely need to update this with all the projects you've worked on. Oh, here it is. Okay. Cool. I see it. What are the roles that you're trying to find? Because all I see is HTML5 here and CSS. That's very front end. You're not going to get full stack or back end with this. Skill's good, but like, I mean, your resume is pretty thin right now. Put in your projects. I don't know about this one particularly, but if you went to school, you definitely need to put in any type of like big projects worked on in school. Like, it doesn't matter if you think it's stupid or not, just add them. During my internship in backend development, I am gaining real-world experience in data management, API development, and framework integration such as Flask and Django, and system architecture. I focus on creating performance. Okay, too generic. Needs to be specific. Like, you're talking about, so it's like me equivalent to saying, during my content making journey, I created games and tutorials, worked with Godot. It tells me what tools and coding language I'm familiar with, but it doesn't really tell me my working... Like, it doesn't reveal the fact that I know what I'm working on, right? Like, you have to be like, I worked on this system, did this work for this purposes. Now, I'm saying your resume needs to be more specific. Let me show you. It's like building credibility, right? So right here, this was like my entry position job. There was really not much to say, right? But I still say, hey, I was in charge of the project where we were working with capacity algorithm and background process for picking up pickup point management system. I didn't say anything about what coding language or what architecture I worked with. I shared what work I've done, you know? What thinking process or what kind of personal relationship with this job I had, so that it looks like I've done real work, that I'm able to understand the job I'm doing. Like this one, lead developer for Alexa Skillful Builder, framework or tool for building. So I'm talking about internal structure job for a very internal infrastructure that was facing a third party, meaning I have ability to work on things that are customer facing. And then I am capable of designing because I've done this like very specific tooling engine and with this consideration. Like it needs to read like, hey, I'm telling you through my work what kind of like mindset I have, I think. That's one thing that I'm noticing immediately just from your LinkedIn side. So put in projects, put in work experience, but be more specific. Yeah. I love Mug says, you truly made my night. I will reach you from there. Okay. Anyways, so I think I fixed the campfire thing. I want to work on the maze. So the first maze thing I'm thinking about are the ruins. It's not very fair. Is the gameplay like so punishing? If it is Fog of War, and then I find a locked entrance, and you go around looking for a key, that's purely resource burner. That's purely luck. There's no skill involved. And that's my concern here. Like right now, the gameplay doesn't feel like there's any skill involved. If there is no Fog of War, then I feel like there's a skill of minimizing wasted resources. So I think for now, I'm going to turn off the Fog of War. I'm going to turn off the Fog of War. I feel like Fog of War really defeats the purpose of the game. Even though it looks cool, maybe some of the modes can have Fog of War. So let's do that. So on the forest, I'm going to keep the Fog of War. But for Ruin, what is it? The Ruin. Yeah, Ruin node. We're going to turn off the Fog of War. And then, in addition, I have to configure somehow the fact that this one has a door. I'm really just like overwhelming this region configuration thing. But unfortunately, that's just kind of what I have. So first of all, I'm going to make it so that the POI, this one has a fragmentation config. Additionally, I'll add the gating. This is a goal node. How do I indicate that something needs to be hidden behind something? What is the purpose of maze? Is being lost in the maze, finding your exit, satisfying enough. Sometimes it's all about going to different corners to find something. Okay. I'm going to update the Fog of War. I'm going to change the behavior of the Fog of War so that it reveals the adjacent nodes. Just like the overworld. So that there's still like hidden mystery, but then like you get to see what you're about to go to. I Love Mug says, wish you best of luck and everything, man. Definitely I will reach you again. Yeah. No problem. I mean, that wasn't too much of a detour. Okay. So I gotta go back to my explore mode logic. And then when we're doing move 2, which I think was a move management. We're doing move to POI. When we're connecting, connections get from this node. For connecting POI is revealed will become true if it's not already. Yeah. If the node I'm visiting is not revealed, it will become revealed. If the adjacent nodes are not revealed, then it will become revealed as well. Okay. So that'll at least show me the adjacent nodes. So it gives me some sort of planning. Cool. I'm trying to think. I think that should be enough for now. Let's see what that feels like in the gameplay. Okay. Beginning up with the game. I'm gonna try to see if I feel satisfied from this gameplay. I should probably add the goal to see how it feels. Okay, go there. Okay, and then exit. Learn the game. Then once I learn the game, not much of a choice here. The whole search thing I haven't explained yet. That's a to-do. Go to a newfound land. Fog of War. Okay, it shows me adjacent. I'm not sure if this is obvious or not. I feel like it needs to reveal the entire path. How do I do that? Not really sure. Okay. You know what? This is good enough, I think. So at least shows me adjacent danger. What if this was a upgrade? Maybe this should be an item. So at first you feel frustrated that you can't see anything. but then the merchant will show. Maybe I can have an early merchant. All right, here's a gameplay. You have a village. But then it really depends on when you find the merchant. If your merchant is way later in the game, it becomes really frustrating. So for the sake of the gameplay, I'm going to put the merchant during the generation right next to the playing. Like maybe like 2 distance away from the starting point. And then make an item that says that's a scope, and make it a little more expensive than what player has, so that player thinks, I read the description and I know that's what I want because it helps me to explore better, and then that's their goal to buy it. Like that's like good progress. So I'm gonna make a little scope. Oh my gosh. I think that's like a good gameplay flow there. So first make the item called, what is it called? This, one of these thing. Something scope, I'm guessing. What do you call that? A single lens scope. It's called binocular? No. There's some other name for that. Alternate name for monocular. I like the field glass. Field glass. Telescope. Field glass? Field glass. Doesn't really say anything, I guess. I could just call it a scope. Hey, Ewo. Ewo on site says, "Suh, dude." Hey, Ewo. Hello, hello. I'm going to say scope. Or far sight. Call it scope here. Go to our game. Look for items here. I should probably make an item atlas as well, but I've been doing all my atlas under the explore node, which hindsight is a bad decision. But here we are. So we're going to make one. It's just going to be... Oh, I guess that's okay. Like that. I guess it could be smaller. Guess it should be more like this. Like that. And I guess it could be just all these things. Round. Ewan Site says, how did filling out the Steam Deck stuff go? Oh, yeah, well, Steam Deck. Did I write that? Steam page, Steam Works. So it got initially rejected because they're like, hey, we need to know more about what the game is about. And the description wasn't enough. Like, it didn't tell what the gameplay is enough. So I added that and then I resubmitted just today. So hopefully we'll hear good news soon. And then you guys can wishlist it. for that signal boost. I'm excited. My very first actually I like this better. It's gonna be a little round, so I'll do it like that. Like that. Probably change this color. Go. Looking at this right here. Then I'll have this stick out a little bit. Then this go like that. That sounded like thunder, even though there was no rain today. It's kind of crazy. Cooley says, wait, are you drawing two sprites, one for normal and one for highlighted? I am. Reason being is because I'm not using compositor. So one of the shaders that I'm using doesn't apply. So I do an outline shader and then the shimmer shader on top of it with the masking. The shimmer shader removes the outline, and then I just didn't have the patience to figure it out. So I was like, you know what? It's easy enough to do the outline manually, so I'm just doing the outline manually. Yeah. That's just what ended up happening. Sorry, I'm just doing a pixel art here as usual. Doesn't require much talking during this moment though, so just trying to make this look appropriate here. That's okay. Nice. And we're gonna do a little layer of dark here. There you go. Cooley says you can always draw two sprites, one larger than the other in the background, and force its color to be white. True. So that I can overlay it. So I can choose the color of the outline. That would be a smart thing to do. My argument would be like, stop making me do things extra now. I'm already committed, guys. There's no better way to do things than the way it is already. If it ain't broke, you know. If it ain't broke, don't mess with it. I think this is good. Cap. So we'll do that. Okay, that doesn't feel half bad. Then we'll do a little little grainy highlights. Do one of these things. Don't make it too shimmery. Then cover the shaded area here. And this region, I'm going to turn it into this. Then we'll go for one more dark layer. Just looking over here on this side right here to make sure that looks fine. That looks okay. Just gonna change this to this. Good enough. It looks like a little cone, but you know, if you look at it briefly, you're like, oh, okay, I see it. I see it. I see what you're going for. You know, type of thing. Yeah. That's all I need. I don't need this to be like amazingly recognizable piece of art. Yeah. Okay. Almost, I feel. Good enough. A little wobbly, but I think it's okay. This feels a little bit wide. Good enough, I think. Iwas on site says, the creme de la creme of pixel art. Yes, of course, of course. What am I talking about? I should feel like the best. No. You know, it just needs to carry the idea. All right, so we got the little scope thing. We're gonna add that item real quick. I believe we don't extend it, we just create a node for it. Scene, we call this, let's call this, what were we saying? Site scope, item node. Site scope item node will have sprite 2D, and then it's going to have a script which extends the item node. Site scope item node, which requires me to override a bunch of things. On pickup, it does something. On activate, it does something. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. let's say site scope, and then say reveals adjacent nodes during exploration. That's enough description, I think. I think that's all I needed to do. Image handler. Okay, so the image handler would be the sprite here. Then we'll just do ls on that. Ls texture, explore node. I believe it's 32 by 32. And then we're saying 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 and 2. So it's 32 times 6, 32 by 2. Close. One more. There you go. That is what that is. We got item here. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so I have the items now. I think I need to include this on the... Hold on, let me just make sure I do everything I need to do. Item helper doesn't have anything. Item itself doesn't really do anything. Cool. Shop. Let's see, shop resource. I think there was a shop resource somewhere here. Shop UI contains it, maybe? Let me go to the game. Journey mode, shop UI. This game stat has some stuff in it. Open shop requested, that's fine. How does this open? Cleanup, populate item gets called. Who calls that? It's called by shop resource. Where did I define the shop resource is my question. Shop manager. Okay, cool. So now I can add a new shop item called, what is it called? It was the site scope. Can add that. And I'll make it 150. Yeah. Stamina potion is 100. Scope should be 200 actually, honestly. Yeah. And then we got the boots. We got the armor. Cool. We added the item in the thing. Now what we're going to do is under game stat. Probably do has item. That gives item node. Should be has item as a... Trying to think if I should do it by the name or the node or enum. Let's say has item by name. Item name here. And we're going to do basically same thing here. I'm just going to do item name here like that. And basically when we're doing explore mode, when we're moved to POI, over here we were doing reveal the adjacent, right? So instead we're going to say, hey, game stat, if item called site scope exists, which I guess we should do two lower. It's hard coded, so it's a big no-no, but you know, it's whatever for now. This is going to come to bite me in the butt, but if we have a site scope, then we're going to reveal the adjacent. Connecting POI is revealed will be true. Otherwise, it's not revealed. EO1 says 100%. Yeah, it's gonna 100% come back to bite me in the butt. But you know what? I already assigned myself a time. I said after releasing on 27th the free demo version for the next fest, I will go through and do re-architecture and bug fixing for like a month, right? So I should be good. I should be good. I've already set aside a time period for me to be clean and technical and beautiful coder or whatever. So. Anyways. All right. So I think this should work. I should be able to buy the thing and then reveal it. Now, what I'm going to do now is go back to the level generation logic for the region, which I think region mode here. And then when we're generating the level, this level generator has all of this region, the forest. We just did the home. This one is village, forest, swamp, ruin, mountain, and single merchant. We will, this one, I believe when the region is being generated, it also generates all the underlying structure. It does. So I'm going to give a new configuration for the level generation here. So when we're assigning this like forest, swamp, ruin, mountain, and merchant, hopefully, oh, you know what I can do? I can make a shuffler. So this one generates it, which is great. It generates it, it creates space, and it populates all the right number of things in places. And then when we go into the journey mode, where the start node is being generated, I think we could have a separate logic for reorganizing the nodes, so that we're not generating new nodes, but we're using the existing node and rearranging it to a certain spot. So the graph that we generated already is reused. We don't have to worry about anything else. It could be tricky, but we'll see. I think I made all the appropriate helping functions already to help with this anyways. So I think we're okay here. So we got the initialize a game stat, load level. We are loading the level. We generate the terrain based on that. Post-process mem nodes. So this one starts, right? This generates a start node. How do we configure this? I think that's the important part here. So let me think. The start node gets set here. I just need that information available somehow. I wonder if that will be in the level information. The model only has information about what the cluster is, and then the POI model stands alone here with the position vector and the goal, along with the POI type. I think I could ask distance from start. Or minimum distance. Minimum distance from start. 0 is basically wherever. Right. And I can configure it on the region mode. I think. I'm really overcomplicating it potentially, but we do what we got to do. So let's say I provide the information saying, hey, merchant needs to have minimum distance from the start configured. So we'll do region resource. And we don't really need a connected region thing, but distance from start, like so. And then define. I might have to restart the project, reload the project. I think the cat's scratching on the door. Oh, don't crash. All right. We're good here. Level generator, the merchant. Wait, what? Why is it not there? Hold on. Oh, right. I gotta do it in the POI generation config. Like so. So distance from the start, I want it to be 2. 0, 1, 2. During the generator, when we're doing POI model, we're creating a POI model. I want to provide one more thing, which will be config distance from the start. Self min distance from the start equals min distance. That gets populated onto the model itself. So during the let's see, journey mode, before loading the level, when we're loading the level, I don't think we need the generator here anymore, right? We don't use generator here. We want to make sure we shuffle them around. We haven't really decided on where the start is just quite yet, though. We might have to decide where the start is way before. Start node, which gets populated here. I picked a random village node as a starting node here. During the post-processing. We might have to do the start node assignment way before that, pre-processing. Pre-process map model or POI model. And instead of assigning the starting node later, I think we want to do it beforehand so that we can do kind of like distance-based logic here. So let's see. We are looking for, we're sending the model and then modifying the model. I got the model, which is that model, I think. What was it? POI model? Level model. Level model has POI cluster. It's gonna be in place processing. So we're gonna modify the resource that is being passed to us. So first thing is choose leftmost village as starting point. Rearrange minimum distance requirement for in relation to start. That means we need to have a quick access somehow. I'm thinking if we have a minimum, if we sort an array of model based on their minimum requirement, we should be able to. Do I have to bucket it? Do I have to be doing that per? So like at 0 index, we have all the models that are 0 or less in that bucket. And then at 1 or less in the bucket. I think so. Okay, so we're gonna have min distance to POI model, which will be a dictionary of distance to POI model. And then we're gonna have another one over here, available POI candidates. Like so. And then same logic we're doing in the start here. I suppose we could just recognize which one is the starting node. But we have to do some processing first. Starting candidate. So we'll go through all the POIs. For in model, we do POI cluster, I think. What the heck? Level model has regions. Model has regions. Hello. Why you no autocomplete? Making me scared. Regions are okay. For now, I think we're just get region by name, and then we do this. Yep. So we'll do that first. Pre-process. Cluster info. The current cluster is by the name. Grab it from the world info. We're gonna go through the POIs. POIs in cluster info. And then first of all, we're gonna do a min distance indexing of POI model. So we're going to go through all the POI requirements. POI model, min distance from the start, and we're going to index it by that. So dictionary is actually array of POI model, but we'll just keep it this way. The Anthony Teo says, if you want to start building your own game, in quotes, this is in quotes, says, if you want to start building your own game, check out the free roadmap I created based on my own work. It's still, the description is still not updated. Jeez. I don't, hold on, I'm so sorry. Hey, thanks for pointing it out. What the heck? How do I, where is this being configured? I don't know how to update this. Hold on. This must have been what happened. I might have done it free and then I updated it. It's just didn't update where it's supposed to change it. Where is it? Where is this like default description thing? I don't understand. All right, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna remember this next time. I think there is. Well, we'll figure it out. Let me know, Anthony, next time if it still says that. Jesus. Free 99. Sign me up. Yeah, exactly. It was never free, so I don't know why it says that. Okay. Well, I updated it. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, pre-processed POI model, cluster. Okay. It's an array. We're gonna index it so that we do this. Blip. Get this or empty array as array of POI model. I don't think it will do that. Actually, it might freak out. The nested, the whole like nested typing is all messy in Godot, GDScript at least. They need to fix that, I feel. But that's customized typing, parsing, and compiling is a very difficult problem to solve. It's a full-time work. Okay. So we did the min distance indexing here. Actually, maybe I don't do indexing. I'm thinking about this. Because what if I get to... you know what? It's okay. I mean, I feel like keeping it as an array that is sorted is probably a better idea, but for now, I think I'm going to just do this. I'm not going to over-engineer this. So we got this going. Choose leftmost village as starting point. Okay. So I'm going to say, well, we're already parsing through everything. So we'll do that. Making indexing. And then we're going to also look at the leftmost village, which will be the starting candidate. So we'll have var start node candidate will be POI model. Like that. And then we'll use it needs to be a village though. Might keep it null actually. Keep it null. If start node, not the start node, if the current POI model type is map node POI type village, then it's a candidate. If it is a village and the candidate hasn't been chosen, which means it's null, then we're going to say, hey, this one is a potential candidate. Otherwise, we're the same thing. Hey, if it is village and it's a village and the position X is greater than the one that's already picked, X position is greater than the new one that we're checking, then we want to update it because we're looking for leftmost candidate. So we have start node candidate already assigned. And I think that's good enough. I might have to update this so that the POI model for the start node candidate now at the end, POI type is updated to be node is there? Hold on. I don't know if there's a POI type for starting village. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't have that. Perhaps I need to. All right, I'll create it. It's not going to do it right, but let me look at what I did here. Starting left candidate. Map node, new starting village. I'm doing it by a special village. Get home node. I'm going to do it by the type. This could be bad. But we'll see. Famous last words. Really bad. Home village. Do this as a home node here, which is also a village. Then it already has the image in these two, has different configuration because it's a start. Map node helper. Gonna populate the home node here. Oop. This will just kind of work, I think. Title, journey mode here. Updating it. The starting type will be POI type. Home node here. So that'll be updated. Cool. We assigned it. So when it's being generated, it'll generate appropriately. Starting candidate, we don't have to worry about this one. We don't have to replace any nodes. Maybe we still need to do this thing, but it's a separate logic. I'm going to come back to that later. Okay, so we did the model thing. Something's not declared here. Preprocess, we says, hey, the identifier level is not defined. I guess I could have called that level. Cool. What is this one warning about? No description available. What are you warning about? Start node candidate is used before being assigned a value. Yeah, that's fine. It's going to be null. So if it is null, we're going to populate it. If it's not null in a village, we're going to see if it's the leftmost. If it's leftmost, we're updating that. Cool. And we updated the home node here. All right, so leftmost is starting node now. Now we got to rearrange everything based on that. Ooh, that means we need to do graph traversal now. Based on the connections. All right. I feel like it's going to be a little annoying. But it seems like that's just kind of the options we have. So, current traversal or current traversal level, which starts at 0. And starting node is, we already have that. We're going to update this. Did that. Current traversal level, and we have the starting node. And then we're going to say, this is not how they do it. Var. Is that the cat pushing through? Oh my goodness. Has it been that long? I guess it's about that time. All right, I gotta make sure I do this. To do BS breadth first, BFS traversal per level and replace nodes. All right. This is a good stopping point, right? Okay. We're going to rate out here. Thanks everyone for watching again. I'll probably be streaming this weekend, actually, starting Saturday. So look forward to that. It's an unusual timing, but I have time now, so that's what I'm going to do. We're going to try to lock in and finish everything so that at least we can get to making music in on that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Such a strong cat. She really just pushed through the door. Struggled through it. Hello? Stop it. All right. Conic says it was a nice stream. Thanks. I appreciate it. I guess we'll go to Hypnotic here. Do we go to Hypnotic here? Do we go to Hypnotic here? Hypnotic is already saying hi, Azra. I see you. I see you. All right. Oh my goodness. All right. It really is time to go, I guess. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye. Be a random price. There it is. Okay. Bye, YouTube. I'll see you.